Ladies and gentlemen, another episode of Let's Talk Battle Rap. It's your boy France. I got my co-host V.
Yo, yo, yo.
I got some special guests tonight. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Word up, man. What's going on out there, man? Everybody, Black Compass, Tony Bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here, man. Happy to be here, man.
In the building.
My brother.
Yeah, I'm here too. Black Compass, Polo here in the building too.
It's your boy Angry Norbes, the Angry Norbes movement. You know what time it is.
So let me give
What the fuck is Black Compass, buddy? I'm trying to. I've
Black-
never figured that.
Black Compass. That's the name of the media group, man. That's the
Black
you know.
Compass.
Yeah, we
Black
lost and we
influencers.
black.
You understand?
You're lost in your black.
Yeah. Nah, I'm joking.
We lost in the compass part.
I'm just joking.
I was like, yo, Polo, we
Let me-
practice this one. I don't know.
Let me give the intro as to.
We gotta rehearse this.
I want to give the intro as to how this whole came together, right? So on Monday, Black Compass had an episode talking about PGs, talking about the classes and eras of PGs, and I had already invited Norbes to the show, so I was like, wow, you know what? We're gonna cover the exact same topic. Why not have my guys pull up so we can finally get the right answers to things and see what's going on with everything.
That's a fact.
So what we were talking about, what they were talking about, what I was thinking about talking with you about, Norbes, is give us the exact era and class of PGs. Like, who is really 2012, 13, 14? Like, it's a big variety of things. And which do you think is the best draft year of it all?
Damn, that's tough. So the company started in 2009, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the original PG classes were actually in 2009. So basically, Beasley calls me, and you ever heard Beasley's voice? He does the whole
The Morgan
Hey,
Freeman.
Norbes.
He sounds like the Matrix.
Hey,
so he was
Norbes.
Right.
Norbes, we're starting this battle company. The backpackers, the nerds, they got grind time. And, the streets want smack. So we decided to come up with this battle league. And, we really don't know shit about battle rap. So you seem like you got your thumb on the pulse of this shit. So we want to bring you in as a partner. So I'm like, wait, what? He's like, you're fucking smacking your Beasley. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And I was kind of blown away. I was honored, but it was a lot of pressure on me. So Beasley was like, we want you to put this shit together. Let's put a card together. And, I guess it was very vague at the point. So I was like, oh shit, I got to make this shit different. I got to bring the hottest in the street. So from there, I just started the recruiting process. And people forget Hitman Holla wasn't Hitman Holla when we came and grabbed him. He had maybe like 50,000 views maybe. And that's a lot for him. Don't get it twisted. He was big in St. Louis, and he got a little notoriety from when Lux was doing the lines and bring him over.
Right.
But this was still at a very, actually, to be honest, PG level. So I reached out to everybody from Averb to Disaster. Disaster was just finishing up the MTV shit.
I remember
reached
that.
out to Disaster. I actually was going to set up Disaster versus Head Ice. Disaster couldn't do it. I never really got to talk to Ice because he was doing MTV shit. I don't know, some fucking thing was on. I reached out to everybody. I mean, everybody. And when I tell you the willingness to do smack at the time was very, very minimal. Averb was like, yo, I need money.
Why do you think that was, though?
Because, and if you go back to 2009, what's that dude? Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero at the time was basically the poppin' DVD. Smack was kind of transitioning out. Smack was still a strong brand, but they were kind of transitioning out of the DVD era because of the bootlegging. So, he came up with Smack 2. It wasn't as successful as World Star and whatnot. So they were kind of transitioning to whatever because at one point Smack could print out 50,000 DVDs and sell them. Now with all these machines and shit on the internet, your content's right up on the screen. So there was a transition. Right. So at the time, Sub-Zero was kicking ass because he partnered up with Loaded Lux and doing the battle shit. They had whatever fucking squabble they had or whatnot, and whatever. And then the Grind Time was doing the whole, shit on the internet. It was going crazy. But it was the nerds. So that was Beasley's idea. So they took a liking to me and basically
The nerds.
I'm just being honest. I'm being as blunt as possible.
And this is why you're at All Access, or this is like post All Access DVD?
Well, All Access, I was actually working with, shout out to my man Craze. I was working on All Access DVD. I was doing interviews. I was interviewing like fucking French and everybody. And I was killing them. I was actually like a VJ, to be honest with you. That's what I was doing. And I was doing exclusively for them. And that's when Smack and Beasley reached out and was like, look, we're going to go do this. I spoke to Craze, and Craze is one of the most genuine brothers to this day and said, listen, take the opportunity and make it happen. And that's when I just went crazy. The first card, I called everybody. DNA was supposed to be in the first card. He couldn't do it. Grind Time kind of put the clamps on him. Like, no, we can't do that. And I knew Eric St. John, DNA before, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I called everybody, Verb, fucking everybody. Everybody said no. My only options were Young Miles, and I already had signed the T-Rex and Math deal. At the time, I was managing Math.
I have a question, right? Because at first, Grind Time had that deal.
Okay, so basically, what happened? So PH calls me. Actually, Math calls me. I'm in the Dominican Republic. I'm fucking having the time of my life.
You already know what that encompasses.
Right.
DR's
I'm
the
going
best.
crazy. I'm banging chicks left and right. I got a call. I got a call from Math. He's like, yo, Grind Time just called me, and they said, actually, Lux called him. Sorry, Lux called him. And was like, listen, we're doing this thing for the Lions that MTV's, not MTV, HBO is supposed to be picking it up. We're doing it with Kid Capri. So I already kind of had this thing with Lux where I was like, I don't trust Lux. And
why didn't you trust him?
Why didn't nobody trust Lux?
What is that? Is that's like a common was it the nose pat?
Well,
Nobody in the world ever trusted him.
What's up, handsome? Hey, man.
He did a freestyle. He was wearing a leather cap, and I couldn't.
Okay, all right. It was 105 degrees.
So he basically loaded Lux called it all the top battle rappers at the time. He called all of them and had a meeting. But I wasn't invited. So it kind of, my antennas came up.
Gotcha.
I'm manager Math. Why wouldn't you want his manager there? So that's the reason I felt the way.
Right.
And Math had done a bunch of battles with Fight Club at the time, and they never dropped. So basically, I wanted a situation to where we could control the footage. So whatever. Math's like, yo, he's offering me $2,500. I think I should do it. I said, Math, I'm over here trying to get laid, and you're fucking up my high, bro. I'm having a good time. Why
Trying
don't
to bang bitches?
Yeah, like the fuck I'm like, you know what? Give me till tomorrow. I'll get you double that. He's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'll get you double that. I call PH. Rest in peace, PH.
Rest
in
in
peace.
peace. Rest in peace.
I call PH. I said, listen, I got this battle on the line. You know, what you want to do? He said, I'll give you 4,000. I said, shh. So I'm already here. I'm halfway there. Where I'm going to go. So I called Math. I said, listen, PH is offering this with this gentleman named Chris Petty for Grind Time, from Grind Time Atlanta, and he wants to put up the money for this massacre event or some shit. It's a Halloween shit. I don't know. Bad Blood. October 31st, 2009 is supposed to go down.
That same day there was an event.
Yes. So
outside.
hold on, let me get to that.
Yeah.
So I said October 31st. I said, all right. So I get back, and Lux is like, beloved, but it's MTV, it's HBO. So I said, listen, Lux, this is what we're gonna do.
I set you up for the gaffle.
I said, Lux, listen,
shady ass.
now mind you,
Quarter like a prostitute.
now mind you, I set up that card for Lux. This is what nobody knows. I set up the
outta
Tech
here.
9 vs. Goods, the Cortez vs. Head Ice.
Real quick, I was there actually. I was
At the
there.
battle?
Yeah, I was outside.
He's
You
been at
remember?
every battle.
Listen,
Every battle.
I set up that card. I didn't get no credit for that. For
10
that
years
card.
ago. That's
Wow.
great. That car was legendary.
That's crazy.
That was a legendary.
But we'll get to
card.
that. So I called Lux. He's like,
That's why you ain't trust his ass.
so no, but it was cool. Like he was picking my brain. I guess I'm an intelligent dude, so he seen some promise in me. So I get, I'm back in New York, and I talked to Lux. I said, Lux, they offered me 4,000. If you can match that, I'd rather do it with you because you came to it all for first. He said, beloved, it was HBO. And he's giving me his whole spiel. So my response was, listen, I'll do it for the 2,500 for two reasons. But there has to be two things I want in return. He's like, what? I said, one, I need the footage guaranteed that's coming out, and I need to meet with Russell if it is HBO. I don't fucking know if I can meet with Russell. Yeah. But at this point, you're saying it's HBO, it's Def Jam, it's fucking Kid Capri. He would have called Kid Capri out if fucking met with him. We would have did it. He says, I can't. I need to meet with somebody that's going to guarantee me this footage is going to drop. He couldn't do it. I swear to God, I called PH to tell PH we're going to take the battle. The phone rings. PH doesn't even say hello. He says, I got 5,000.
Wow.
He doesn't even fucking wait. I'm ready to take it for full.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So I said, sold. Boom. Grind Time gets the battle. We meet at the Lions then the day of those battles. So I go there. There's no hard feelings. I'm going to support Cortez, And I go to the battles. We watch them. Then we run around the corner. We sign the contract. My first rookie mistake ever was when we signed the contract, the deposit, there was no date for the deposit, which was my fuck up. Right? So September 11th was the date that Math was supposed to get his half the deposit and Rex. September 9th comes my birthday. I call PH. I'm like, hey, PH, what's up, brother? Like, oh, no, we're on schedule. All right, cool. Call Rex. Call Math. They're happy. They're getting 5 bands. At this point, 5,000 for a battle.
Big number.
This is big at the time.
They were getting a piece, or they was
a piece.
Oh wow,
That was big at the time.
Huge
At the
back
time,
then.
that's
That's a
huge.
lot of
Yeah,
money.
they were
That's
getting
huge
5,000
now for some
Yeah,
cats.
that's like 12
Pretty
right
damn
now.
good right
That's
now.
good
So-
now.
Yeah, that's
At
like
this
12
point,
right
Rex is my best friend, and everything's going on.
Yeah.
So September 11th comes.
Swag era.
I wake up early as fuck. I call PH.
Mm-hmm.
Phone goes to voicemail. All right, whatever, he's probably sleeping. I must have called PH 15 times. Now, I never knew Chris Petty, so I didn't call Chris Petty.
Right.
Doesn't pick up the whole day. Calls me September 13th. I said, bro, I'm getting fucking harassed by Rex and Math about this money. Now, mind you, September 11th was the date we picked because it was Math's son's birthday. So you get the money, take your son out. Now, you just screwed me in many different ways.
Yeah.
So now it looks like shit, right? So he's like, yo, I'll get it to you. I'm like, this nigga's not getting me the money. He's avoiding me. So at this point, I was dealing with Smack on some other shit. Smack was trying to recruit me to do some shit. This is before we came up with the URL. So Smack's like, yo, bring the battle home. So what you mean? Because we were originally supposed to do Math and Rex on Smack. It was just going to be a DVD.
Right.
And apparently 50 was supposed to host the shit and a bunch of stuff.
That would have
Yeah.
been crazy.
Wow.
So boom, what happens? He's like, yo, I got the money. My man Swag from Cali, he's gonna hit you. I get a call from some dude. He's like, yo, my name is Swag. I'm flying in tomorrow. I'm bringing the deposits, but there's one stipulation. I'm like, all right, fuck another stipulation. He's like, the battle got to be judged. I call Math for Rex. They pretty much didn't want it to be judged. Then they fucking agreed to it. So he comes the next day. Actually, he missed the next day he was supposed to come. He couldn't make it. He calls me like, here we go again. Finally shows up, pulls out the money. Boom. He's like, guys, this is the situation. It's judged. They said yes. They picked the judges. Boom.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So this is recently when Cortez and Had Ice was judged. Was that part of the reason why they were scared for a battle to be judged?
Yes.
Did that ruin judging for like the future?
Pretty much that and the fact that battle rappers are scared to take it out.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's more so what it is.
You know what
Hell
I mean?
nah, man. You can't. You sit there and you watch the forefathers of this shit just call it wrong.
Just
Wow,
wrong.
that shit
But-
still.
but-
But I mean, he dissed the judges. Like, what you expect?
what?
You got to remove your feelings from it.
KRS-One would have pulled the same move,
but
and
to
we
be-
know that.
That's
Come
like
on
a
now.
nigga doing a dunk contest and diss Julius Erving. What you
So
think he gonna get? Julius Erving giving him
Yeah,
a two.
but
Like,
at
But
that,
that's only Dr. J, though. You know?
this is why you can't use rappers. To be honest, like,
yeah,
there's got to be
that's
people
right.
that are respected. That boxers don't use former boxers
Exactly.
to judge.
That's
Nobody
You know
else.
what I'm
True.
saying?
A lot of the
That's
boxing
true.
judges aren't. Yeah.
So from there, Rex signed. He signed. The judges were Lord Finesse, Superstar J, and
Lord Finesse did a freestyle, I think, right? For you guys at the
Right,
time.
Lord Finesse, Superstar J, and there was one more fucking guy. I forget who the fuck it was. I apologize. Who
Was
it
it,
was?
some good
was it Lil
judges.
Fame from MOP?
Valid judges,
Yes.
right?
Was it?
Was it him?
It might have been him. I don't remember. So boom,
pretty good judges.
we set that battle
That's
up, right?
good. That's actually
That's when
dope.
Beasley comes with the phone call. He's like, yo, we're coming up with this concept. We want to bring the streets back. Boom. They've been missing us. And that's when I got the offer to become a partner of Smack. And then that's when I just started the original PG class, which was crazy. I called X Factor, Cortez, DNA, Hollow. Hollow was supposed to battle Big T on that card.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Hollow was supposed to battle Big T on that card. And then Hollow called me. He's like, yo, this is the crazy shit. Hollow the Don did not want to battle Smack Style Rules. Because he was doing 90-second battles.
So he
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah,
to
he was
he
big
didn't
in
want the 3
grind
minutes.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
doing
so I had to convince Hollow.
outta
And this is
here.
crazy. If you fast forward, if you rewind and fast forward now, that's what makes Hollow special.
Right,
Which is
right.
crazy.
Right.
But he didn't want to do it. He's like, I don't really want to do this shit.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, so he agreed to do the battle. Then he said, tell him to put up money. Big T puts up money.
Right.
And then basically it's like, Hollow's like, yo, I'm not battling him. I don't gain nothing. I said, all right, cool. Big T, I found Big T on some fucking, Miles sends me a video. He did Lions then.
He did Lions then.
In Chicago or some shit. Bro, the footage was so bad I couldn't
Yeah, I
tell.
remember
It was-
that.
it was
they
Detroit-
had the
Detroit and
mic
Chicago.
stands.
Yeah.
They had the mics on
Yeah,
the
that was
mic
horrible.
stands. So picture a big ass mic, a little ass mic stand, big ass Big T standing behind it. His
Facts.
opponents on the other side.
A mic stand.
A
during the
mic
battle?
stand, my dude.
Bizarre was there.
It was
crazy.
it looked nutty.
That's like in early baseball. They used to wear long sleeve shirts. It was like
Yeah.
wool. Is that?
Those were the
Remember
early
that
days,
shit?
like-
Jackie Robinson sweating.
Off-brand battle leagues, baby.
So Big T. First, then I went to DNA. DNA couldn't do it. Then Newborn was supposed to do it. He couldn't do it. Like Grind Time found out. They knew I was angry because they owed me $10,000. So they tried everything basically to block the situation. I said, all right, I'm pretty smart. We're gonna go around that. Blue Collar TV sent over Deacon Frost, and I said, you know what, Deacon Frost at the time was pretty dope. So we put Deacon Frost versus him. Cortez, I had him scheduled to battle Miles. He turned down Miles because Miles lost to Lux and said, give me X Factor. So Cortez battles X Factor. Then Young Miles ends up battling Rich Dollars. Rich Dollars like, fuck that, I'm doing it free. Boom, let's make it happen. I had no budget, first of all. So this was all on
So
me.
all these guys did it all on the arm, all off the leg.
Yeah, just like the PGs.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's dope.
Crazy. We get to the event. People didn't think it was going to be that crazy. I end up, Goods calls me. I get Star from Star and Buckwild.
Yeah.
Huge fan who, to this day, I love him. That's like father figure, whatever.
Yeah.
I talked to him. I'm like, look, yo, I ain't got no money, bro. Keep it real. And he had so much love for the sport that he was like, fuck it. I'm hosting it with y'all. And Star came out and hosted it. It was crazy.
he was wilding that night.
He came out hosting.
Started.
So the first Smack event, Star from Star and Buckwild hosts it.
Right.
Fucking, you know, and now it's big. Everybody's trying to show up to the event.
Where was that event at? I didn't mean to cut up. Because I remember it was like a studio, but
Yeah,
there was
in
a
the city.
stage. I couldn't figure
I
out
don't know where the
what
hell
it
it
was. What was
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
First Smack
It was
event?
just awkward, but I was like, I'm with it.
Nah,
but,
actually,
but it's awkward.
But you know the thing is, as I always wanted to see that venue again. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I don't remember where
Just
it was
on
at.
some nostalgia, like
I want to see the
yeah,
Hollow
brought
Big
that
T
back.
venue
That'd be
again.
crazy.
I want to see that venue again.
So-
Yeah.
Man, you can
So-
see Big T body still hanging in there.
It still smells
ball-
like tea
the
in
ball
there.
fist.
So crazy thing is, we lock in the battle.
Right.
And I remember calling Beasley, and he knows I'm upset. Like, I'm still upset about the $10,000. So he's like, what do you want to do? So Beasley calls me and says, let's do it on October 31st, the same day. Screw it. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I don't care. And they're not my people.
Yeah.
So we ended up signing to do it the same day. And it was Halloween 2009, which was kind of bittersweet for me because I lost a really good friend, Mike Beck. Rest in peace,
Oh,
Mike
R.P.
Beck.
Mike Beck.
He was supposed to come to the event that day, and you know, he had the tragedy. He died that night. I remember running to Head Ice, and Head Ice was crying. That was a really good friend of his, and they were, you know, we were good friends. But you know, show must go on. I had to do the show. We do the show. Math comes with Fame from MOP, and at the time, Math and Rex were really going at it. Like you're talking about, like,
Yeah.
and I
I miss
remember,
those days.
I remember
Good
Fame
times.
just saying, "Yo,
Blog Wars.
Fame starts passing around." He basically, I don't want to put up. Fame is a crazy motherfucker, but I love him. And he's like, "Yo, anybody get crazy? We cutting every nigga in here." I'm like, yo, this nigga's really crazy, bro.
Brooklyn
Like,
niggas, man.
so we sitting there and
Brownsville.
he had got it's crazy. Never, I fucking love that guy. I was like, this fucking nigga's crazy.
Yeah.
So you know, there's a lot of tension in the room. Fucking Fame sitting there. People are like, yo, this nigga's really, he's really about that shit.
Yeah.
Battle goes down. Matter of fact, I called Q, rest in peace, from World Star. Q actually was like, yo, bro, I'll give you the top box on World Star. I was
How
like,
much
"Oh."
did y'all? He just did it off the strength.
He was like, this is huge. I'll give you the, I spoke to him personally. He's like, Norbes, we'll work out a situation where we're going to feature the Smack battles on the site.
Oh, wow.
And the Math Rex was scheduled to be on the top box on World Star. We did that shit. Boom. And then once the event went down, it was just like, boom. Like the event, it was like everybody was talking about it. It was nuts. And I remember walking out the venue and Smack's like, you know, he has no beard. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Skinny as heck.
This shit was
Virgin
dope.
face.
So Miles is like, yo, Norbes, you know, we're doing this this event called the Midwest Massacre in St. Louis. So he's like, yo, it's me versus Verb, Hitman versus Hitman versus Big T, and everybody, whatever. So Smack's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He lets Miles walk in front of him. He goes, yo, Norbes, yo, it's your call, Sean. What we doing? I'm like, this is Smack, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is the legend, the fucking whatever. And he's telling me it's my call. So I was like, yo, Verb is fire. Hitman is fire. Young Ill is fire. We need to grab these guys if we want to be successful. Mm-hmm. He's like, B looks at B, he's like, yo, book the flight, Bees. We out, son. And that's really how the PG process started.
So, but who booked the Midwest Massacre card?
So
was that Verb in them? Or
no, that was O. They was messing with O. Shout out to O from
right?
St. Louis. Street Status. They had the card, and we basically, in a sense, I would say, not took it over, partnered up, but kind of took the footage and everything. And that's what made us go out there. That's how we found Calico.
Right.
And then Conceited, I love Conceited, is a little slick motherfucker. Puts himself against like a piece of steak and just kills him. Mm-hmm. He sets himself up on the card. He goes over there. He wants to be on Smack. We get out there, and it just started going from there. Calico, like nobody thought Calico was going to beat Young Ill or even be competitive.
Yeah, because there was no footage of Calico.
There was no footage. I never even heard of Calico before that.
That was a great, but that was when Young Ill did the Who Is This Nigga, right?
Who is this
nigga?
No, he had that for Calico.
This is Calico. I'm not lying.
So from
I gotta rhyme.
That was a great battle.
I was like, yo, who is this kid?
So from then on, I reached out SoCon. I was like, I was a big fan of SoCon. Bringing in SoCon. Reached out to Surf, seen him on the freestyle, got Shotgun Shook, bringing Old Red. Like, this is all in the process. So I'm like, all right, this guy, that guy, this guy. And that's what I started focusing on. Boom, boom. So it got to a point where I was getting these guys were getting stupid hot. And like Grind Time and other leagues at the time were like, yo, they're popping. We're gonna eat off of them and whatever. So I remember telling Smack, the prices of these guys are getting over. We're gonna go out of business. So I said, yo, I talked to Bees. I was like, yo, let's create this shit called the Proving Grounds. And I was like, where we basically take brand new talent, bring them up, and basically brand them. Because Rex, he was branded with us, but he didn't care. He's going to go to grind. He's going to go wherever. Most of these guys.
He's going to chase that back.
And they're going to chase that back. So I was like, we got to basically contract these guys and develop new superstars, at least to have some type of loyalty, and everybody's going to know where they came from. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I focused on. And from there, that's when I reached out to John Rosenberg Raw, Bill Collector, Clean Paper, B Magic, and we just started going crazy from there.
Wow. Would you say the first PG, the official PG draft, like that lineup is the best lineup still to this day?
It's tough to say. The first original pick that I had would be for the first PG was JC. So like,
how'd you hear about JC?
So we I think it was at the Hitman battle, Hitman versus
Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. He had came. He's wearing fucking all black. He's wearing these. He's wearing these.
Saved the Last Dance, JC.
Yeah.
He had like this
post robot change.
He had like this fucking this big ass T-shirt,
the
black
long neck on that joint,
and he had like his grandfather's shoes. But what caught my eye with him was I turned and I see this girl.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant. I thought it was Mike's girl. I'm like, I didn't get this bitch. How she get it? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at JC, and she's with JC. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's not Mike's girl. I'm bugging.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey kid, how old are you? He's like, what do you mean how old am I? And JC at the time I think it was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
So I thought he was a kid. So he's like, yeah, I'm here to battle. I start laughing. Like, you serious? You here to battle?
Yeah.
All right. That's when I first met Jazz. She was there with Newborn. And I'm like, you're battling? He gets up there against the white kid from Canada. I forgot his name. And
the Luciano?
Luciano Crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. I ain't gonna front. Luciano Crack was fire.
Yeah, he got some lines.
He had some moments.
So he gets up there. So I said, let me see this kid. I'm like, babyface BJ Armstrong, fucking.
Yeah.
So he goes first 8 bars. He's going crazy. Then he chokes. And I was like, yo, this kid's dope. Like he choked, but he's fine. Gets upstairs and says, yo, I'm gonna be calling you. He was like, for real? I'm like, yes. It took me about a year from there to convince this asshole to battle for Smack.
You had to convince him to battle for Smack?
He didn't want to do it. He did not want to do it.
Wow.
What was his reasoning?
I'm about to have a baby and da-da-da. So he was
I'm
like,
about to be put on by Chris Stokes and all that.
I don't know, apparently. So he wasn't. I guess he didn't share my vision. And I was like, are you serious? I'm like, chasing him for a year, and he finally agreed. That's why he missed the first PG joint. He came the second one, and he battled Time Bomb.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Body,
yeah,
man.
that was a
Nigga,
body.
CSI still looking for that one.
If you guys weren't there,
That was way after the Clean and B Magic, right?
that was a couple months after.
Okay.
The funny part about that battle was, I remember showing up there, and I'm like, yo, this is the one. This is the kid I've been after for a while. So Beast was like, yo, he's dope. I'm like, yes, super dope. And Rosenberg was already on it. He wanted his man Time on to battle him.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember telling Jazz, I said, yo, Jazz, he looks like you, so I'm going to say he's your brother. He's like, nah, what if he's whack? I'm like, he's not whack, just trust me. He goes like, I think he went first, I don't remember. And he goes crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
And I just remember, I'm looking at Time Bomb's face. Now, just imagine they're going at it, and behind them is like picture frames. Like,
I remember that. Yeah, with the Wiz.
Yeah, there was a bunch of picture frames.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah.
So after he goes, I introduce the battle. They go crazy. JC goes nuts. The building's shaking.
He killed him.
I kid you not. Time Bomb's about to go. After the round, he's like, and he starts fixing the pictures on the wall.
Yo.
He starts fixing the pictures.
That's crazy.
That's how much he was getting bodied.
And I'm sitting there.
When the niggas start redecorating.
So
He didn't want to be in a room.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
Bringing out the levelers.
I'm like, dude, why the fuck are you redecorating in here? Like,
The feng shui is on.
like,
for
just
my
go.
third round.
because after the first round, he goes, "You just lost round one." That was JC's thing.
I remember that.
And he just, when he heard him say that, he was like,
I did.
"1 second, let me get these things."
You're right. Yeah, you're right. I lost round one.
So he,
Let a nigga just tidy up real quick.
bro, like, and he got smoked. That's one of the biggest bodies on Smack history.
Crazy.
And I remember just laughing because I'm like, dude,
Whatever happened to Time Bomb? He just disappeared after that.
After that,
I think he had another battle, and then he just that was a bad
this was
loss.
the time when you get bodied.
Yeah, you get. That's when. That's when
body. You probably don't come back.
Yeah, look at Johnny Alcatraz when he got bodied and
never came
everybody.
back.
He never.
Johnny was dope though. He's my fault.
No, it's
Johnny
okay.
was dope, but he's just a little.
He just met Ill Will in his prime.
Never
I done
came
went
back.
home and tightened up my resume.
No, I kid you not.
Just to get my jobs on here.
That shit was
Battle
so
rap is
funny
not
to
for
me,
me.
bro. Like,
Is
UPS
Chilla
is
Jones
higher.
in the same class as JC and them, or he's the year
Chilla
after?
Jones was a year after.
It was
Yeah,
2012.
He had reached out to me. He had this battle league in Boston. I don't know what the
I remember that. Yeah.
Shark Tank Battle League.
some shit like that. And he was like, "Yo,
Sound
I don't
like
really have
Jones
footage."
battle.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was. So he was like, "Yo, you know,
Weird guy. I'm sorry.
he talks real slow, like
I know.
fucking retarded." I don't fuck.
That's how everybody from Boston talk. You know, everybody from Boston talks slow.
They got the slow.
Yeah, they
Boston.
yeah, they slow. They
The car. But
Yo.
he hits me,
Kaba.
and he's like, "Yo, I'm battling this dude named Flames or some shit like that." And he's like, "Yo, when I get the footage, I'm gonna send it to you." I watched the footage. I thought he was dope. He was different, which is something I really take pride in finding different guys.
Yeah.
And I set him up versus Strange out of Buffalo. And
Shout
I
out
thought
to
it was
Buffalo,
a decent
man.
matchup, but I'm not gonna lie. Matter of fact, funny shit is Organic, Gully, and Bishop hosted the battle. I swear to God. They
That's
swear to-
crazy.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Wow.
That's crazy.
They hosted the battle. And it put me to fucking sleep.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right.
I was
All
ready
right.
to fucking
See what we're doing
shoot
here.
myself in the head.
Go ahead.
No, I'm serious.
Pop the
It
can,
was so
baby. Pop the can.
it was so fucking bad. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this? And I remember telling Chilla, I pulled him to the side, I said, I expect more from you next time. Like, be honest. I'm just being honest. I'm not dropping this. This is fucking horrible. And that's why I probably get my reputation for being a dick. But I just gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Eventually, I sent him over as Cash Eaton out of Detroit. He has a great one-rounder. Does his thing.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? And it's just the legend just kept growing from there. Just boom, boom. And then people were like, oh, Norbes is a piece of shit. You got to give more chances. I try to do that. Doesn't work. I got to go back to being a piece of shit. And that's what I started doing. You know what I mean?
That's how you
Then
do
we
it.
eventually get to, when I peep inside the Jeep you drive and I see papes, I'm going to follow you with the chopper like a high-speed chase. Whew.
Crazy.
Chilla Jones is on some other shit in that JC battle, man.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
That I got to give credit to who actually, there was somebody that gave me the battle. It was supposed to happen in Detroit. They didn't have the money. Chilla Jones said he was willing to pay JC to take him.
Yep.
I said, fuck it, let's do it.
That's crazy.
Shout out to I forgot the guy's name. That gave me the battle. It was so fucked up. BC, out of Pontiac, Michigan. Coleman's like, yo, it's not going down. Yo, I think this, and it was his battle. I can't take credit for it. He said, yo, I think you should do it. And I was like, fuck it. It's free.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If it's
And
hot, it's hot. If it's not, bug it.
One of the best battles.
Ever.
Yeah, hell
hands
yeah.
down.
One of the best ever.
Like, you know,
One of the best ever,
Chill-
for sure.
You know, Chilla's definitely different. You know what I mean? That was one of the greatest battles I've ever been. I remember just seeing Mook go fucking crazy, and everybody just
They was going back and forth like every round. Like everyone.
Ryder was in there going crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody was
man.
going crazy.
yeah, it was nuts.
Facts.
It was crazy, and just the legend kept growing and growing and growing. And that's why I'm kind of reverting back to doing what I love to do, which is that just fuck everybody, nobody. Because when you fail, everybody's on your back. You know what I mean? When you're doing good, nobody cares.
Yeah.
To be honest. So I just said, you know what? I'd rather just not have no friends and just do this. That's why if you went to the last PG, which Tony was at, I was very selective, and that's basically what I'm gonna do. But
that was a very small call. Like, it was only 3 battles on that.
Yeah.
Besides John,
Yo,
Kaboom
it was
didn't go down.
It was
but-
dope. And the thing about it now, and I mean, Norbes, you can speak to this. Now the guys that are coming into the PGs are so heralded. You know what I mean? Even though like we knew about a lot of people that came before. You know what I mean? Like the guys back in the other classes, you might have heard of them. But like these dudes, the D-Dub's I've been
Yeah, they
watching
come in
him
with their
for a
own
minute.
resume loaded
Yeah,
already.
and it's already like so when him and Rubando, shout out to Rubando, and because I know we gonna see him again. But when him and Rubando was being talked about, people online was just like, "Yo,
Already
like
talking about it.
Yeah, these 2 dudes is coming, young, you know what I mean, hitters like."
but that's when
it's crazy.
it separates from, and no offense to everybody else, minor leagues to smack. There's certain things I look for, and Rubando kind of got hit with the reality.
Yeah,
Me and Beasley there, and he just, and like I said, you can be good in a lot of these off-brand leagues and stuff like that, but when you step to smack, even if it's a PG, people try to downplay it.
That's a
The
different
pressure,
feeling, man.
yeah,
That's a different
it's crazy.
feeling.
I've seen it. I've seen people just wide-eyed choke, and it's a different ball game. There's an expectation level from these fans and from myself and my staff that you have to reach, and not everybody reach. You could be hot anywhere.
Yeah, and for a lot of these guys, it's like it's the culmination of their battle rap career. It's like, yo, am I gonna cross the line right now? And if I'm not, what am I going back to? And how hard is it gonna be
And I
to
seen it.
get back here? You know
And
what I mean?
and I seen it in their face, and sometimes like they gotta realize too is like
Do you know it when they're walking in the building? Like this guy doesn't have it. Like he's gonna.
I know
fall.
at this point probably so seasoned.
within like the first.
I mean, he walks through the door. You look him in the eyes. Do you know if he's ready to go?
Has it ever been anybody that looked like, fuck, why did I book them and then they completely just show out?
yeah,
Honestly,
we need to let's get to the petty shit. Yeah, who
know
came
what?
in there looking crazy?
Like they came in there like, yo, I know this dude is gonna choke or something. He ended up doing the complete opposite. And
And I don't really have no story. I remember being disappointed a couple times.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
damn, I was expecting a lot more from you.
Right.
Oh man, I'm just like,
Did you find Big K?
yes.
Okay, when in his first battle he was killing, but he choked. How did you like? What was the feeling?
Well, Big K, tell the barber, because I take suggestions from all my staff, and then I make the final decision. Tell the barber hit me. He was like, yo, you got to check out this white boy from Virginia. I watched him. I was like, whatever. Because he was kind of playing. Then I really sat and watched him, and I was like, yo, this nigga is retarded.
Yeah, he's fire.
And, he had this choking thing.
Yeah.
When, in the first battle he did, he battled on 5:7?
Half
past
past
seven.
seven.
man.
5:7.
Smoked him.
Smoked
Yeah.
him, but he choked. And then he battled Rosenberg. He choked.
Choked.
Again, yeah.
And
Rosenberg tore him up though.
Yeah.
What they do
Hell
for
no.
I
me.
don't know about that one. Yeah, that was fire.
That was
It
one
was
of the
it was close to the
craziest-
choke. It was close to the choke for sure.
Look what they do for view. That was crazy.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
crazy.
But he said,
He
I let
coined
the
the
brown
phrase with
bubble
that
like
one.
a star crunch. That was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But, Big K at that point, he didn't disappoint me because he was still green. I wanted to continue to work with him, but sometimes some people's egos or they feel like they deserve more. Or it's hard to tell. Like, not everybody takes advice. And that's what separates the greats from whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the NFL, when you draft a quarterback, if you can't tell your quarterback, well, you need to study this a little more, you need to do this a little more, and he's not accepting the criticism, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? And, like, he was a good dude or what like that, but, at that point, he was ready to quit. And I remember telling him, like, listen, you're still my guy.
Ready to quit battle rap?
Yeah, like I was like, you're still my guy. When you're ready, whenever you want to come back, just hit me. And he did it. He ended up doing Poison Pen's event, which is against his contract, and he just went.
Hold on. So he was on contract
he
back then?
breached his contract.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
And then he found.
That part I never knew.
Yeah, he found his home.
That part.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and then he found his home.
He
And,
turned into like a comedian battle rapper.
he found his home in KOTD and started doing really well there, and he started doing his thing. And
So what did you
Sometimes-
think about What did you think about his comeback to at Volume 2?
It was-
to be
it was
honest with you,
trash.
I was I was past disappointed.
It's disappointing.
I
Underwhelming.
lost a fucking dinner bet to Rain.
Did it sound like mixtape bars to you? Or
that was mixed.
Honestly, it sounded like he didn't give two fucks.
Track 9.
It sounded like he.
So you think he
He
came
didn't
to
rap more than
sabotage?
3 minutes any round.
Do you feel like he came to sabotage?
Yeah,
it?
that's
Like,
what
he
I
just-
was- Oh, that's
I don't
whatever?
think he came to sabotage. I think he really doesn't give a fuck, and he doesn't respect us, or he doesn't really rock with us. And the reason I say it is because I was sitting there. I'm in the car with my wife, and I say, "Yo, K, what's up?" Walk right past me, and I was like, "I know this nigga heard me." So I say, "Yo, K," and then he comes back, "Oh, what's up?" Whatever. I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Yo, you got some shit?" Yeah, whatever. So while I'm talking to him within the weekend, I'm getting a feel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, there's something weird going on. Because he keeps saying, like, yo, I feel like you're sabotaging me. Yeah, like, you guys aren't taking me serious. I'm like, why would we give? And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I actually got money on you.
You gave him one of the best.
T-top.
One of the best
And,
in the league right now.
And on top of that, it's not up to you. It's what he does in the ring. So you
Yeah.
can't sabotage it.
I feel like-
exactly. That's a great point.
I feel like he came in there with attitude like, I don't fuck with y'all. You don't fuck with me. I'm getting this money, and I'm out. I don't think the big K that was a competitor showed up. I really think he came to get a check. I mean, he can deny it, but the evidence is there. It wasn't me, and we had multiple conversations. This is something I would tell him. Like, I have no beef with him. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
But when we spoke, this is what you gave me. And then when I seen the performance, I was sitting there like, damn.
It hurt. It hurt to watch.
It hurt me because I'm a big fan of Big K.
Yeah, as a fan, I always thought. See, when you come back, I would have thought you want to be more part of the community, right? Because when I go to the battles and Polo, we've been to different leagues too. Yeah. On top of that, it's like you were part of the community. You know what I'm saying? The battlers come and say what's up. Yeah. You know what I mean? You kick it with them. They joke around with you. It's a camaraderie there that you get when you're in the building. Exactly. And it seemed like K wasn't. He's not trying to.
He's always
he
like
looked out of place.
K is always like that at every. He's like that.
He's like that at RB.
Yeah, he was like that at RB.
Because at the
But
Uncle,
he hasn't really had a great performance over there either. It's like, it's kind of weird. Like I said, like I think Big K is, in terms of talent wise, rapping wise, there's not too many people that can rap with him. He's super dope. Yeah, but I really don't. I don't know if his heart's in it, or he just doesn't care, or he feels like he's been burned so much by us or whatnot in terms of, because I've reached out to him multiple times to try to bring him back, and we never came to an agreement. Maybe those conversations maybe turned him off to us and stuff like that.
His hate for URL is just basically off of money, right? Like, it's just him wanting more money. Like,
the fact, I mean, when you negotiate,
Yeah.
we feel like you're worth X, Y, Z, and you feel like you want this, and you can't set a date, and I mean, you can't make it happen. Sometimes shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. What actually, when a battle rapper comes to you and says, I want X amount of dollars, right? What can he say to prove to you I'm worth this? Because, like, you know, it's not like the tickets are saying I'm here for this guy. Like, how does that go?
It's not what you could. It's not much you could say. It's basically how we see the fans reacting to you, and how we see the turnout when you're there. Like, a lot of people may say, "Oh yeah, I'm getting 100,000 views online, or 150." I get this from guys that claim they're bigger than the PGs all the time, and I sit there, I'm like, dude, just because you're getting that doesn't necessarily mean you're popular. Right. I remember being all over the country, and after Twerk did his first battle, I'm talking about all over the country, and people like, yo, this fucking New Jersey Twerk is crazy. Like,
right.
And like, you see people turn out, you know what I'm saying, for these guys, and you see whatever. Like, it's a barometer. Like, we've sold out events without vets on it, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's because of these kids that you see that are coming up. It's hard to base it. It's hard to set a
definitely want to touch on that because so in Black Compass, in your episode, you guys talked about recently, like, oh, we don't have that many guys in New York anymore. Like, it's like all the new talent is all over.
Yeah, you got the two guys from around the way. You want to do this?
Let's go.
And then I got the chance to, like, do some homework and see how many PGs have been done over the last couple of years. Yeah. So many of them have been done from Chicago, the South. You did one in London. Yeah. You did so many of them. So, like, how did the whole process of, like, expanding to find talent and go to the other areas and make those your home? What was that process
I'm a
like?
firm believer in finding talent everywhere. Like, when I found Shocks the Rebel, people don't even know I found Shocks the Rebel.
Yeah. He was on the PG. He was on the PG. Dialect was the main event.
Yeah.
Whatever happened? Why didn't it ever
Shocks the Rebel, basically can't get a fucking passport. I'm a huge fan. That was my guy. Like I was like, oh, I got to start. Shocks is good.
People from London, right?
Yeah, people thought I was fucking crazy.
He ain't get a passport.
Don't do that, man.
Bet on.
Yo, you a goon if you can't get like
From London too.
You know, I found Shocks. I thought Shocks.
He's got one of the 30 hammers in London.
London got like really bad hoods and shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, London
This is before.
It's real stabby over there.
That's when Dipset, they got their chain robbed and all.
You know what? You want to hear something funny?
They tried to line camera on a.
I was with the dude that
That's crazy.
Wow.
He's like, man, they try to play with my money, man. I'm saying, I said, hold on, you niggas got me in there with this nigga.
Yo, they had Jewels and JR in that tight ass room, like, put on the chain, JR.
They
was in there like,
that was crazy.
I didn't even know.
Blink
I was
twice if you need help. Crazy.
That was crazy.
It was me, my driver, and him in the car the whole time. So I'm not. I don't even know who this fucking guy is. This is when I found Shocks, and I'm out there, and he's like, "Man, you don't got nothing to worry about." And I'm like, "Yo, appreciate that. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?" So
he wasn't even worried. You just said, "Hey, you got nothing to worry about."
Cool.
And he's like, you know, and then he basically told me a story like, "Yo, these niggas." You know, they think people in London are pussy. You know what I mean? And them niggas is about it, bro. Like, they about that shit, bro. He was like, you know, I don't know Cam. I'm just saying. But he was like, they can't come out here. Apparently, Cam went out there, and them niggas took him to the airport. Like, they don't play, bro. Like, London is hood, man. Don't get it fucked up.
They got a ban on life for Dipset.
You know, that shit real.
Yeah.
I was with the nigga in the car, bro, chilling with the nigga. Like, that he became like my man. Like, he's like, man, I'll fuck with you, dog. Like, you come anytime. I'm like, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it's
crazy.
Street niggas with that accent. I can't.
Bro.
I don't want that energy.
They
in my
bout
life.
I don't want that
shit. Yo, he told me everything that went down. I wouldn't put out there because that's their business.
Yeah.
But yeah, them niggas about it. But that's when I found Shocks. I was out there. I fucking loved them. Nobody knew about Shocks out there. And this is why I'm not just saying I'm a genius, but he's been around for a while.
Yes.
So I'm literally, it's like a bunch of shit all around, right? And then I look and say, wait a minute, who's this guy? And I was like, that's the guy I want. He's the next star. And people look at me like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, he's him. And then all of a sudden, everybody was on him. Everybody. And it was just like, I wanted him to come over. I mean, I love Shocks. If he could get his paperwork together, I'd fly Shocks out in a heartbeat. I think he's great. He's phenomenal. He actually hit me today. He wants to battle Gluezy in London, so if I do it, I'm going out there. I'm gonna have him and Glue go at it. So we actually spoke about that shit today.
Yeah, I should definitely try to do like an overseas smack event.
I tried. I was in negotiations to do it. It's just that shit is expensive, bro.
Yeah, overseas is expensive.
I'm still in negotiations to do something out there now.
What was the patience like for the West Coast? Because you guys did a lot of events in Cali, this part of Cali, Vegas, Arizona. Like you guys went there a lot. So it was like. We gotta find a spot. We gotta find. We gonna get one. We're gonna get one.
Geechee Gotti. So this.
I remember you told me about Gotti a minute. I'm like, you came on. This is back of the FM days. You're like, I got this guy. I was gonna go to the PGs too. Yeah, I got this guy. He's battling TY. His name is Geechee Gotti. I laughed at you for about 30 seconds or so.
Everybody.
Yeah, just huge laugh.
Yeah, Geechee Gotti's fire.
I get there.
Everybody, nobody knows I found him. Everybody thinks fucking, I think Lush, shout out to Lush, my man. And I'm like, really? Like, dude, like.
So where did you find him from? Like, what did you see? Or did someone send it to you? Or you were just combing YouTube?
No,
yeah, what's your finding process? Like, YouTube?
It all depends. Like YouTube, see, the thing with YouTube is, it's very impersonal. Yeah. So, and then you run into the hyping of the shit. I like to be able to look you in the eye,
touch the people,
and actually see how you are as a man and how you carry yourself, how you perform live. My man K Parks, shout out to him. Yeah, booked me for an event to host it. And whenever I host, I really actually sit there and watch it. Right. And Tony will tell you, I'm really sitting there taking notes. Like, it's fucking crazy. People think, like, a lot of people try to shit on my name, like, oh, he just comes, gets his money, and leaves. No. I come, if I don't see anybody, I'm not picking them. It is what it is. I'm out there with my man K Parks. I watched about fucking 10 battles. Not impressed. I said, you got some potential. A lot of these guys need work. The venue runs out of time. I get out there, and there's fucking Geechee Gotti. I don't know who this kid is. And then he's like, yo, don't leave yet. I said, all right, cool. He starts cooking. I'm like, yeah. That's what I came in.
Yeah,
top.
That's what I came in. I remember I called P. I was like, yo, I got me a West Coast dude. Because I've been dying to find me some guys in the West. And I liked Emerson Kennedy, but I loved Geechee Gotti because he gave me that West Coast feel. Like a lot of people talk about B-Dot, which is cool.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah, right.
B-Dot kind of reminds me of an East Coast rapper, kind of a very conscious type dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't give me the LA feel. No offense, I'm not taking shots.
Yeah.
Right.
When I speak to Geechee Gotti, I feel like I'm in Compton.
That's
You can
a
close your
fact.
eyes.
When
You
I
can close your eyes
when
and
I
see the
met
low
Gotti,
rise.
when I met Gotti, he'll tell you when I met Gotti.
Hey, what's
after
up,
he
cuz?
battled, yo, he's like, "Hey man, what you think about the?" I'm like, "Yo, that was dope." He's like, "They really liked it, man."
thought it
I'm
was
like,
hard.
"Yo,
You thought
you
it was
sound." I'm
hard.
like, "You
Grand
sound
Theft Auto
like
character.
the shit that." I'm like, "Yo, you sound like Menace to
He
Society.
sound like
you
Royce
sound
and
like
all that,
Yeah.
Compton."
You close your
Dickie
eyes and can
Shoots.
visualize.
And that's what I
the
wanted.
bullshit.
When my goal out there, and like I said, like B-Dot was popping, and I remember telling somebody, I said, I'm going to find somebody that's going to be bigger, as big, or way bigger, and I'm going to do it. It was my goal. Like, and it was, I'm a competitive dude. You know what I'm saying? So when I see somebody that feels like I can't surpass that, and that's when I got Twerk. I was like, this guy, and B-Dot's a very arrogant dude, but he's talented.
Yeah, he's fucking dope.
And me and him were in negotiations to come over here at one time, and it just didn't work out. And I said, I'm just going to find somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when I got Geechee, and Geechee just gave me that feel. I felt like I was watching Boys in the Hood, bro.
Hell yeah.
Now, you found him, but then for me with Geechee, the battle that really caught my eye with him was the one with Saint at KOTD. So you find him, he does the battle with TY, but then his biggest battle at that time was on KOTD.
basically-
How did you feel about that? How did it go from there?
Interesting. Saint
I was-
had a PG recently.
Yeah.
Yo, Saint is
Shout,
improving.
yo, Saint is nice.
Saint is improving.
Saint is nice.
He's
I
on point.
was not happy.
I need Saint versus franchise at some
yeah.
point. So
Probably we could do
just
that.
saying.
Yeah.
I was not happy with Geechee Gotti. I was very upset because, he did his PG with TY. TY's complaining the whole fucking time. Like, I'm like, dude, just trust me. This is someone that I really like. The battle was okay. I gave it to Geechee. But again, I told Geechee I expected more. Maybe I didn't communicate well with Geechee, but I heard he ended up taking that battle. I was livid. I was hot, but they did me a favor. And Geechee started getting a little buzz. Then basically we reeled him back in like, yo, bro, like, what's up?
Come home.
Like,
Right.
Come home.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a process. You got to develop. It's a process, bro. Like, you're not going to get it your first time around. Very rare that you have a New Jersey Twerk. It's very rare. And even Twerk hasn't put it fully together yet.
Right.
And,
I'm glad you said that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Shout out to my bro.
Who else
Ron.
you think was started out like how Twerk did? Any other PGs?
That good?
Yeah.
That impactful also.
It's about impactful, yes, but his skill level is very scary.
T-Top. T-Top was that good.
Well,
But
no,
he'd already won.
But he
He'd
already
already
had like 30
won a
joints already,
tournament.
though.
He was
Beat
battling
Magic,
a lot-
too.
He was battling a lot.
Beat
prior
Magic.
to-
He was on
nasty.
UW.
Yeah,
His
Beat
first
Magic.
one.
B Magic started out like almost like
Yeah,
he was
but-
like a heavyweight.
No,
He
but
had
B Magic,
his first
Magic
battle.
had his flaws as well. Like the real deal battle kind of exposed
See,
a lot
like,
for him too. And
A lot of these guys jump out the
Yeah,
gate. That,
right.
you could market them. Twerk to me, and this is not because I'm close to him or not. His skill set is very, very different. Like, it's almost like it's gonna be fucked up to say. It's almost like finding LeBron in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, he can do everything. It's
pretty
you know
big.
What I'm saying? Like he's like when I
Shit,
first
the
seen
run
him,
that he
I was blown away. And then a lot of people would be like, "Well, he's all energy and no buzz." I'm like, "Are you listening to this kid?"
he has a pen.
And then his pen is arguably top 3 right now. Not to mention, think about this for a second. He doesn't use like.
He doesn't.
Doesn't.
He runs a whole
A lot of these guys-
homophones,
He's not a like
metaphors,
guy. He's not a like guy.
Which is crazy. And most of these guys,
hollow rhymes. Oh my god.
that's what they do. They use like, and that's what a lot of people consider about. Twerk doesn't do any of that. He makes it work. I mean, he makes it kind of more difficult for him. And the fact that when he first started, he was like, "Yo, they're not understanding me." I was like, "Relax, be you. If that's who you are,
Be that.
be you. It's gonna footage can always be played back. They'll catch it." And he's just stood to it, kind of tweak a couple things, make it a little dumber, because that kid is intelligent. He looks like freaking Panthro from Thundercats,
Hey, yo, man.
but that's a smart kid.
I'm not.
I'm just being honest.
What the fuck?
That kid is smart, and he's what 22, maybe
Yeah,
23.
he's young.
he's an
That's why
intelligent
people
guy.
be like, "Yo, Norbes, you're crazy." He's in my top 5. Yes, he's clearly in my top 5.
Right.
I think he could beat any of those guys.
Oh man, Rome's doing backflips right now. Man.
Yeah,
yo, Roman's at his camera on the
Yeah.
screen right now. I told you, I knew it.
I knew it, guys. I said it a long time ago.
I told you guys. I told you, Tony, bro. I told you.
Annoying.
Like, bro,
But you know, it all depends. Like when they got to get up there. Like Luigi started off good, just progressively got better. He's still with the program. Had the battle Geechee, and now he Twerk. He was there before Twerk. Twerk surpassed everybody.
right.
So it just happens sometimes. Sometimes you just got to keep developing. It's like football, or basketball. Just because a point guard starts somewhere doesn't mean he's gonna end that way. Sometimes you just develop and get better. But like when I said he's my top 5 battle rappers, period. I think he beat anybody. I don't think there's not one person out there he can't beat.
He is right now in the middle of a Midwest gauntlet that I find very interesting.
I've spoken to Calico.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Brother.
See, Norbes, this is why I fuck with Norbes. He knew immediately.
People don't understand. Like,
immediately.
you want to hear something even crazier? I spoke to Calico about that matchup about 2 months before everybody started talking about it. I told Cal, listen, I feel like we can go to Detroit in October and you versus Twerk. He was like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, you versus Twerk. I predict matchups about a couple years in advance. That's what I try to do and try to build them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to battle. There's a lot of people that you would not.
DNA.
You'd be surprised.
Everybody's
I don't want to see DNA.
Loaded.
I don't want to see
Lux
He
got
Loaded Lux. He got Loaded Lux eye. Like Loaded Lux is watching him. Loaded Lux is plotting on him. He's watching everything. Don't believe
What
it.
would Lux angle be for Twerk though?
Man, he would just. It would be
Like gray hoodie, like hoodie.
It'd be hot night. It'd be gray hoodie. It would be gray
Gray
hoodie
hoodie,
with the hoodie on.
Yeah,
extra
Twerk
tight.
wears a hoodie, so it definitely be
His
hoodie.
eyes might turn
But
red.
let's mention him too.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen, man.
Let's mention him.
But this is what people
Yo.
upset me when they say stupid shit like for instance, and this is not stupid. When people wanted to see JC versus Lux, right?
Yes, I was
A lot of people-
early,
Hold on.
early,
This is
you
the
have
number one
early-
proponent for that
early
joint.
proponent of
Hell
Jason,
my
and he used to
God,
kill
man.
me. He used to
Hell
kill
no.
me.
No, but think about
behind the keyboard.
But think about it. People really wanted to see that.
Yeah,
Twerk clearly beats him. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
he whooped
Moonwalker.
JC ass.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, he did,
damn,
yeah.
Lux might have to see Twerk, and people are like, well, he's not ready. I'm like, wait till JC was ready.
Yeah, I
The
didn't
nigga
understand that
just
either.
awesomely ready.
Right.
And it's just like, bro, like even with Verb, like I thought Verb did well. I did give the battle to Twerk.
Yeah, I
even
did
after
too,
choking around 1, because Twerk to me
Had a moment. He had a moment.
Yeah,
you know what it
definitely
is?
had a. He had that
All right,
third round.
remember
was crazy.
Hollow versus Big T.
Yeah.
Like it was 1-1 going into the third, and then Hollow took another level. Like he just went to another level.
He started
And went-
roasting him.
Loaded
everything.
Lux
Right,
against
right.
Calico went to another level.
Right.
I believe that Twerk has the extra level that a lot of people can't reach. Like Twerk, like if you watch that first round, anybody else would have choked would have got 3-0 against Verb.
Yeah, Verb
He
was
loses.
spitting,
He basically gives up the first round because he chokes, and gets angry, and propels to the second, goes crazy. Then the third, he went to a level that is as memorable as Loaded Lux against Miles when he battled him, and that's a fact.
He had one of those like third round knockouts where like you remember forever, like Math and Rags.
I'm telling you, in December
Verb
they're gonna say
Hitman.
Twerk had the round of the year.
It is the round of the year. There's
Yeah,
nothing
third.
like.
That
He said 2
But
feet over the
you know what I like?
waves.
No, you know what I like the most about that battle.
That'd be that third. I don't know.
What I like the most is
Loved it.
Beat out there was
I
kinda
love the
crazy.
most about that battle is the dialogue in
I
between
think that
it.
third round was cool, but had nothing to do
They
with
had
the
none on Twerk. Yo, Twerk had like
Nothing.
5 haymakers back to back. Like I never heard that.
B-Dot's
like that.
dope, but
That shit was crazy.
the way Twerk words his shit is there's nobody putting the words together like Twerk. B-Dot is a very dope conscious rapper. He's dope.
Yeah.
But in terms of wordplay, there's nothing that he can do with Twerk. Like that's a whole nother level. Old Mac to the spine, give him a floppy disk. Who thinks like that?
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
That's Lux. I'm just being honest. That's Lux, bro. That's what I want to see eventually. Lux
Man.
and him.
That would
Interesting.
be crazy. That would
Now,
be crazy.
now, I mean, it's interesting that we want to see somebody battle Lux because my theory
Right,
is
right.
no one's good enough for Loaded Lux. I mean, at this point, I mean,
Nobody
y'all-
rap
Nah,
like
nah, I
that.
think-
Nobody
I
rap
think-
like
I
that.
think the
That's
Ultimate
a
Battle kinda
that's a
humbled
theory.
him.
Nobody rap
that's
like
a theory
that.
I hate the most.
I want to see Lux in a volume. Nobody.
I would like.
he-
I would
think
love.
nobody-
that would-
Nobody
Yo,
dances with him in a
that
volume.
would be
I'd like to see Lux and Twerk in volume.
I don't think Twerk will win though.
Loaded
You think
Lux,
Twerk would win?
I said I don't think Twerk will win.
Okay.
Loaded Lux
thank-
would
I'd put my money on
destroy
Twerk.
somebody in a volume.
Yeah, in a volume
Somebody
he'd
would-
destroy
somebody
that
somebody.
shit
would
would
die,
be
man. Just
ugly.
bring the casket. out.
Ugly?
I would
Because
like
he's
to
gonna
see
do
Verb
he's
versus,
gonna be all three up here.
And
All
that
three.
and think about this for a second.
All three?
that's what Twerk's gonna have to do. And one thing about Twerk that I will say,
And if he chokes, he loses.
Yeah, if he chokes, he loses.
he knows
Like, that's not one
he's
of
gonna have. The only thing that could defeat Twerk in that battle is himself, and if he doesn't remember his shit.
Do you talk
if he
to him
goes
about
to
that?
the-
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Yeah,
to
absolutely. I talk to Twerk all the time. Like that's like my little brother. Like like he's about to have another kid. Like we talk like that.
Okay, good.
And I tell him like when he lost to Mike P, you lost to Mike P.
Right.
Lost to Cortez. You play too much. But when it's time to rise to the occasion, he has that extra gear that a lot of people don't have. That's why I say against Lux, he can match Lux wit for wit. But can Lux match his energy in that room? And when Twerk, like he could make a small room shake. It's crazy.
Did that last time.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's a fact.
Everybody
Both
was
times.
strapped in with him, man, in the small room.
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to see Twerk and Lux. I'd like to see Twerk and Calico, and I'd like to see Twerk and Hollow. To be honest with you.
Now, Twerk is obviously the pick of the litter from the last PG class. Who are you looking at now? How is the process going now? Is it harder now to find new talent also? Like,
I mean, it's not that it's harder, but there's your Tom Brady's, and then there's your, Joe Flacco's. They both need it in the game, but not everybody's gonna play like Tom. So you can't. You're aiming for that, but as long as it's quality and high level quality, I'm cool with it. I can't hit another Twerk like that real quick. Like that's
not at all. But I mean, like when you're combing and everything, like, are you finding more quality guys sooner than you were before?
Absolutely. I'm
That's
definitely
a great question. I'm sorry.
the last year or so, I've kind of took it upon myself to not do favors, like I was saying before, and basically now I'm really focused on the star. Like, okay, who's gonna make it? That's why the last battle, like I had told Tony, I was like, I got this battle, I think you're gonna love. Come through, and it was it was the Gunpowder Pat versus.
Yeah, you were big on Gunpowder Pat. It's fire.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen that style. I was telling Polo, man,
that battle was crazy.
I haven't seen that style
I like his cadence a lot.
work in a long time.
Who does he rap like?
He's
Himself.
like good.
He's like really good, like slow pace.
He's like
All
crowd-
these niggas sound like
bro.
somebody.
The
He's
crowd
like-
control.
Crazy.
Right.
No. Imagine a packed room. Every single pause. Everybody's hanging on every. There's no
check
side
him out,
chatter.
man.
I got
Sergio rap.
He's like
Yeah, I gotta see it.
He's
Y'all
like-
told me to watch Moon. Man.
Watch
Ah.
him.
Moon is fire. You know, like Moon.
Watch
dope.
Yo,
Moon is dope.
Moon is
dope, man.
Nah, he's fire.
Like OG
No,
Moon.
he's fire. He's old as shit.
But
Gunpowder Pat is like the goods that ran off with the pack. That's what he is.
Facts.
Ooh,
Facts.
He's like that.
a dirty goods.
Exactly. Like,
Dirty.
not dirty, grimy.
Grimy goods. My bad.
goods.
They're not the
The street like
He's the nigga that burnt your sister.
Yeah.
They ain't giving us TD, nigga.
Like before Goods bossed up, because by the time Goods came out, he was already on the shit.
So this is Pele
This
Pele
was like
goods.
young.
Big
You know what I'm
Pele.
saying?
Matter of fact, he showed up with like 15 chicks.
Yo, he showed up with
15 chicks?
and that's what I said. Yo, he showed up with joints.
and I'm
to
talking.
the-
Oh, he's winning already.
Yeah. But
He's
it was
winning
just
already.
the whole package. Like, it was believable. It was funny. It was fun.
Yeah.
And, yo, when I'm telling you, they hanging on every single word. That,
Crazy.
like, packed
Is
room.
he the one that made the girl show her titties or something in the battle?
No,
No,
that's
that
our
was-
streets.
That's our
Oh,
streets.
okay.
He's-
That shit didn't hit. That shit
go.
did not hit.
That was a great move. Our streets.
said that
I
in the
salute you.
building.
I hope more battle rappers do that.
So Polo, he won the titty round, right? He won the-
you
got the
the
titty
girl
round.
showed the titty. Was the titties nice?
They were long.
Oh,
You know when a female got long titties,
I
like,
hate long titties.
Nipples pointing at the floor.
The orangutan joints.
Yeah.
wasn't that crazy?
But there were
Geographic.
titties though, so yeah.
Hey, listen, a room full of dudes,
Tits in the battle. Hey, man, we
It's
take what we
300
can get,
guys
bro.
here. You showed some titties. It's a titty
in a
out.
room full of that many dudes,
It's
Big
better
Cannon
than
would
the
have nice
daylight
tits.
Hey yo.
But yeah, like,
Oh man.
just being honest. But
It's these battling.
but yeah, Big Cannon
This
got
is what you
home.
do right before. This is why they come in and they don't say nothing to you when they come in the venue.
You mad at me? Like,
Yo,
Oh man.
guys, we're definitely getting close to that point in time. So I want to
it's
say,
over? Oh.
Norbes, I definitely gotta say, man, I appreciate
the
history of it all, because like I was always wondering, like, how did the first class elevate everything on to, you know, where it's at today? And one thing I learned now from the process, like what you said that stood out to me, was how the first class, X Factor, Cortez, and all of them, they did it for free. And you said just like the PGs now. So it's like every other guy coming in, it's like, we want you to put that pain in. We want you to like really like put that work and put that pain in to see you strive and dedicate to us. And that's kind of like how you become part of the family.
And that's why when guys feel like they're too big to do the PGs, or they're like, no, I can't do this, God tell me not to.
Right.
It's just, I can't do it. Like, I don't like the arrogance.
I can't do it.
I can't. Like, it just really.
When some of your biggest names ever did it off the strength, and if not, this wouldn't be here where it's at today.
It's not enough the strength. The fact that you think you're bigger than the process is insane to me.
Right.
Like in NFL, everybody has their process.
Do you think they're scared that if they're
gonna lose? Yes.
No, but I'm saying, you think if they take it, whatever level they take, they're gonna stay like that forever? Like they're gonna get whatever they get?
It's not bad. It's that a lot of people have this thing, and it's crazy because like I just had this issue with Jay and Kaboom, and I was just like, bro, like you're doing these undercard battles that nobody gives a shit about, but you're gonna complain about a PG? Like that's fucking stupid. That's ass backwards.
Yeah, the title.
You know
Yeah.
what title? All these guys became stars, and that's who's booking these guys. You could a lot of people take shots at the PGs, but yet they're trying to book the talent.
It's true.
Makes no sense. Bro.
True.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with proving
It's everything
yourself,
to do with
bro.
me.
It's
everything to do with me.
It's always good to start out. LeBron started out, and he had to go to train the rookie camp. When he ain't done.
Right. Like you want to come here. There's a process.
Yeah.
If I go to you, if you hired me and you say there's a process, I'm not doing your process.
Yo, just skip me. I need skip me.
Hey, I want to be here and fuck your rules. How about that?
But I mean, because for me, it's like, yo, it's the platform, and you're letting these guys know this is a one-off. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be marketed like this is a PG. Like, take this opportunity, do the best you can with it, and then
even if it's like there's so many legendary PGs, there's so many legendary PGs that are bigger than anything that you guys have done.
Yeah,
right.
Like nobody cares about how
the talent is unmatched.
Come on, bro. Like I don't know. I just look at it like that. Like just and that's another thing. PGs isn't only about ability; it's also about who you are as a person. Like we're measuring every aspect. I don't want to work with a jerk off. I just don't. I'd rather you stay where the hell you're at. I don't, because you're representing our brand. So you don't want just anybody to represent your brand. So if you see some flaws in their character, you're not gonna want. You shouldn't work with them, and that's how I look at it. I'll cut somebody off in a heartbeat because they're jerk offs.
So essentially, the PG is your job interview.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? So
like when people show up late, it irritates me. Like Gunpowder Pat was there at fucking like 2:00, like
15 joints.
Fact.
That's dedication.
Yo.
Shout out to the joints that waited.
Shout out to the
that already see he's making sense. That already lets you know he's got that crowd control. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, like shout out I gotta show love to Skates too, because he was the man in that.
He was fire.
And for him to show up CPAT in Brooklyn love,
and
we
put
go
up money
hard,
and put up money,
women. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the hell?
And he bring drinks.
And
I'm gonna watch this battle. I can't wait to God I'm watching
this battle fight. The battles. You're not gonna be disappointed.
What's the name of Gunpowder?
It's not out yet.
You gotta watch Gunpowder Pat.
Oh, it's not
you
out
should
yet?
watch him. You should watch. He one of them grimy Brooklyn niggas like you.
What's the best Gunpowder Pat battle? What should we watch?
Watch.
Any of them. He's
Yeah, pretty much. I think him and Pep.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen him and Pep.
106 Pep.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Then.
So
watch him and Pep.
Before we roll up out of here, too, I definitely want to say one thing. I would definitely want to give Black Compass a huge shout out.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to say as a whole, and in front of Norbes too, since he's kind of like an advocate for certain like correct versions of media in battle rap.
An OG
right?
man in this media game.
I want him to realize that like
brother.
people could network in our culture.
Yeah.
Like regardless if you're doing your show, I'm doing my thing. It's a niche culture. Like we all talking about the same stuff. We have the same audience. So like I love to
stop erasing people's channels and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. You stay out the way and you.
So I definitely look forward to work with my guys more often and all that.
Yeah.
I'm ready
man.
whenever, man.
Yeah, we we appreciate stuff like this. I hit Polo about this, like, you know, when me and you would talk, I'm like, man, we gotta at least show that we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not everybody is in it to collab, and some people got different motives. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna compete on content. That's why I say that all the time.
Right?
Like let's see who could do the best interviews, or let's we don't gotta tear each other up. Let's be innovative.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It all moves forward together.
Steel sharp and steel.
You know what I mean?
Steel sharp and steel.
So we just building. I chastise Polo all the time. We cooking something up too. So we get big announcement on the way.
Before we get up out of here, go ahead and plug Plug yourselves, brothers.
Oh yeah,
Pause.
nah, I appreciate it, man.
Man.
Oh, he said, "Plug yourself."
Yeah, yeah.
Had to pop myself.
Right.
I didn't know it was.
Remember when Tess pause?
Oh man.
Nah, okay, all right. So we go do the shout out. See, my bad, man. These niggas is in the
I
chat.
didn't know it was gonna get that far, but it's all good.
You know what I mean?
One pause
Tony
in an hour,
Bro,
we did good, man.
Tony Bro, Black Compass Media, podcast Monday, Wednesday, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the entire team, man. And just humbled to be here. Humbled to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what he said it. You can follow.
What he said.
What he said. Ditto.
This Polo,
That's
what
my
he
nigga
said.
Polo.
All right. No beat
You already know it's God.
I'm off on that.
Yeah.
All right,
On
man.
that
Yo, tell
note,
them where to
man.
find us at, man. Tell them where to find us at.
You already know to find the show. Let's Talk Battle Rap. You can follow us on iTunes, Spotify. Follow the show at We Talk Battle Rap, Twitter, IG. We're out of here.
Yo, peace. Thank you so much,
Peace.
fellas.